Look for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.
Hey Thrifties, welcome back to the Get Thrifty podcast brought to you by ARC Thrift Stores. ARC Thrift Stores is a nonprofit thrift store chain, and I am your host, Maggie Civic, and we are all about sharing everything that has to do with shopping secondhand. So if you're part of our unique thrift culture, please contact us. We would love to promote your business and your social channels and share your stories and advice with our listeners. We are so excited for this guest today. She is local, which we are very excited about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kristen Hyland to the show. Armed with creativity instead of cash, Kristen turns scraps, dollar fines, and impulsive I'll DIY it ideas into colorful dopamine decor. We're going to totally ask about that. Love that phrase. And easy, approachable crafts, building joy one DIY at a time. With new projects being released weekly, you don't want to miss Kristen Hyland's content. We're so excited to have you on the show. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We have gone down the rabbit hole of your socials, but before we get to that story, kind of walk us back. What brought you to secondhand? Give us the DNA of Kristen.
So especially when I was growing up, I really started to curate, like, I guess from a very young age, a very like kitschy, unique style. I was very drawn to like unique things, whether it was fashion, home decor, even accessories. Um, I essentially was very sad at the idea of growing up because, yeah, I had this kind of false narrative in my mind that once I reached a certain age, I had to like dress, and there's nothing wrong with this, but more corporate, or like I couldn't dress in more vibrant colors. I always thought like once I got older, I had to dress a certain way, which isn't the case. I can be professional. I mean, anyone can be professional and then also playful. How I dress doesn't dictate my intelligence or my behavior in any way. So, how that led to thrifting was it was just so much easier to go to a thrift store or vintage malls or secondhand places because more than likely I would find something that I was more drawn to than if I would have gone to like more of a big box store.
Yeah, yeah. The cookie cutter is not for everybody, and I love that
Yeah,
about thrift stores.
yeah.
So one of the things I love about your content, I've got it up here too,
hmm
is how colorful, I mean, and bright and just full
Yeah,
of whimsy you are. Can you kind of describe your style for listeners who maybe are just listening to audio today and they
yeah,
found
of
us on YouTube?
course.
Give us kind of a capsule of your
Mhm.
curated style because it's super unique.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think it was just so natural for me that even when I would talk to like other people, or if it was randomly brought up in conversation, people would like immediately kind of clock it, and I didn't even realize it, but my personal style and even how I present myself online is very deliberate. It's not like I'm performing anyway. It's just people go online because it's fun. They need an escape. So why not be colorful? Why not like I like drawing people's eye in, and it's fun to be online. So why not make a very fun, safe environment that people can go to? A lot of my crafts are colorful. I do try to make them accessible or just like throughout the years, depending on what people liked, I would make my crafts more smaller and easier to remake. And then in response, people would literally send me videos or photos of stuff that they recreated. So everything I post online is very um centered around just being happy and doing stuff that you like, trying new things. Like I'm very big on just promoting that
Yeah.
idea.
And I think when you said that word accessible, I totally think
Yeah.
that's what you're doing because I look at the crafts and first of all, I'm obsessed with your Altoid can. I mean, who
Oh,
doesn't have a bunch
thank
of
you so
Altoid cans?
much. Yeah, I know
It's a
exactly.
great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Hmm.
So what led you to crafting? Have you like crafted your whole life or what brought you to this place?
Yeah, I like thankfully my mom is very very artsy.
Mhm.
And so that was definite like I'm definitely a mama's girl. But I think that definitely influenced me. I've always been a very artsy person,
Mhm.
and I think what led me to crafting was I would see things online that was either more expensive than I expected them to be, or I just would look at them and I would think like I could totally make that. Like I would look at something and I just thought it's not the color I want, or it's not exactly the way that it was shaped that I want. And so instead of like trying to buy it, I would just think, okay, well, this is like making it sound way more comprehensive than it is, but I would just essentially break down the pieces into like individual elements, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, into what I needed. And then I personally just love the crafting process, so it was kind of like a no-brainer, like
yeah,
very fun process to craft. And then also at the very end, I would get something that, you know, I have a home decor piece now that I made. So
yeah. And it
yeah,
makes it more special and it's totally
yeah,
100% unique.
mhm,
I mean,
exactly.
some of your craft project. Well, and let's start there too. I completely forgot to ask you, can you
You're
share your
fine.
social pages so that people can follow along as they listen today? Because as we
Yeah.
describe this, you guys are going to want to run over, give her a follow. And I mean, you're not going to want to miss this. There's really cool projects that are totally one of a
Thank you
kind.
so much.
I mean,
Thank
it's special. What you've got going
you.
is really special. So how do we find you on social?
I do not have a TikTok, because I'm overwhelmed by that platform. Social media in itself is so overwhelming.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so on Instagram it is just Kristen.Hyland. And it's kind of spelled how you would think, Kristen, and then Hyland. And then the only other social media that I have is Pinterest, which
Mhm.
is basically the same thing. Kristen's Creations. Yeah, those
And
are
I'm actually really loving your Pinterest page too, because I think you do a good job of like pulling these just fun ideas and then you
yeah.
recreate them. It's
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I'm loving your content. I do want to understand, how thrifting kind of ties into it because you
Hmm.
do really care about affordability and accessibility.
Yeah.
So walk us through that a little bit.
Um, so thrifting for me is I really like it because it not only gives something a second life, but also more than likely you will find things that are just just as good, or if not taken care of in a better way than you would find in a store. And for crafting, I mean, especially throughout the years, it's just so easy to find like the smaller materials that I need. And most of the time they're vintage, which aligns with a lot of my style. So, like, there's vintage buttons or denim, which is like denim is almost the whole world in itself. You can do so much with denim. And I actually have a piece that I'm so excited to share with you later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
show it. Yes, let's see it. I
oh,
mean,
right now?
you know what? Denim is so hot this year. So I'm now, you said denim and you have me. So show me, show me, show me.
Okay. Well, I guess it's technically my unicorn item, so should I
Ooh,
hold
cool. No,
that?
that's fine. We don't have to
Okay.
go in order. See, I love
Okay.
this about YouTube. It adds this element where you're not having to describe it. You can show
Yeah.
viewers exactly what you mean.
Okay. Well, this is a little bit of a backstory. There
Yes.
was a music video that I saw years ago, and I forgot the name of it, but it was by the artist Zara Larsson. And I'm not sure if this is like what this says about me. If I'm stubborn, I'm very stubborn. So when I see something, I'm like, I'm gonna make it, and I one day will. And so this is a good testimony to that. In the music video, she was wearing a denim jacket, and it was a little bit smaller than the one I have here, but it was a cute denim jacket fitted, but on the back there were very randomly a lot of pins stuck to it just on the back. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I thought it was just quirky, random. I mean, it was I don't know why I drew my eye in so much, but it just did. Um, and I had to ask my mom how much she thought this weighed because I am very bad at math. But she said this weighs like 10
Oh,
pounds,
wow.
but the jacket itself is already very heavy. I'm not, it's huge. So I really wanted to recreate it. And so every time I would go into a vintage store or thrift store, no matter what my initial shopping trip was supposed to be, I always made it like a mission or something to grab a couple vintage pins. And so this was
Yes.
like a almost a 2-year project, and I just finished it recently. So I will
Oh
try.
my God. That is incredible.
You won't be able to see my face for a second, but I mean,
This is incredible. Okay,
yeah,
so these pins, I mean, this is kind of an advertising marketing campaign for every
yeah.
thrift store in your area, which
Yeah.
is super
So
interesting.
some of these I did make, but a lot of them I thrifted. Yeah. And then there's also, oh my God, a front too.
Oh my God.
So
That's
like
so incredible.
yeah, so like this is a teddy bear. So like some of these weren't even pins and I made them pins. So like this is a craft project that I made just like the ribbons and then I made them into flowers. But like this was a plushy vintage teddy bear. There was this keychain that I had and then he lost its clasp, but he was so cute, so I
But
made
you
him
saved it. You saved it
yeah.
from ruin, from the
Yeah.
landfill.
Then
That's
other
gorgeous.
yeah, and then oh, there's a plate. Like
And
a
the jean jacket came from a thrift store.
yes, yeah, this is
Amazing.
so heavy. Oh my God. Yeah. And I'm not
It's
a
such
strong
an
mom.
advertising, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking about your pipe cleaner roses. Those are so
Oh, mhm.
gorgeous.
I don't have those, but I have other pipe cleaner stuff. I should have gotten those, but I have a couple other pipe cleaner things.
Okay, we're going to get into that because I am fascinated with some of your crafts. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous. I
Hmm.
love that that's your, I mean, it really is a nod to saving those things. A lot of those things would have ended up in landfill, even at a thrift
Yeah.
store. So you're
Yeah.
saving them
Hmm.
and they have special meaning to you. You know, they
Yeah.
drew your eye, like you said. And I love that you were inspired by a music video. See, this
Yeah.
is young people today. You guys are going to make thrifting. That's the coolness, right? I
Mhm.
mean, to me, you're bringing back things that are going to end up getting
Yeah.
trashed at, even at our stores. You're saving them and you're reminding people how cool they are. And I bet you when you put that on, like 1,000 people come up and go, "Oh my God, that's so cute."
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, actually I haven't worn it yet because
It's so
I
heavy.
it's oh my God, yeah, it's so heavy, but also again, it's my like I probably stubbornness or something. I was like, I'm not gonna wear it until I finish it.
Until it's
It's just
perfect.
like, yeah, until it's perfect. Yeah. But like I have worn it like around the house and
Mhm.
whenever family members come or something, I
Yeah.
definitely show them too. But every time people are just like, how long can you wear that?
Yeah.
Something,
For
yeah.
as long as I want. It'll be nice and warm in the winter. That's what you tell them up in
Yeah.
northern Colorado. Describe, well, first of all, can people, I love that you share like how-to videos. They're very
Mhm.
specific. You have beautiful hands, by the way,
Thank-
which is
I've
very,
gotten that compliment before. That's
I
so
have to
funny.
say it. I myself am a
Thank
member
you.
of the Fat Finger Club. So when I see lovely ladies with their gorgeous hands doing these tutorials, it draws me in. It's important. So I love that aesthetic. But can people buy from you? If they're not good at
Yeah,
this, do you sell?
I have always wanted to do that. I mean, you said it, yeah. Every time I post something, when every time I would post something, I mean, there wouldn't not be a comment of
Can I
someone
buy it?
saying, "Can I
Yeah.
buy it?" And I'm gonna try to explain this coherently so I don't ramble. I have always wanted to sell something or sell my things, but at the same time, I first I was in school, so I couldn't there's no way that I could manage school and then on top of that film and then also try and manage, let's
It's a
just
lot of work. Reselling
yeah,
is no
yeah,
joke. Yeah.
10 orders or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and also at the level of prestige I would want to do, it wouldn't be like for me it wouldn't be morally right. I would have to charge so much and then also I it just wouldn't be up to my standards and then also I wouldn't feel good about selling something for like $40 even though that might have taken me, that much time, if I was
Yeah.
charging myself minimum wage or whatever to make something. But I mean, I
So
think
right now it's still just a hobby. I mean, you're on to
still,
something special.
yeah. But I mean, I think that's just where education comes in, where I would want to, I mean, it can't be that hard because there are plenty of women doing it now,
Oh
but like
yeah.
women and men, everyone. But um, I think that's just where I would want to watch a couple of videos and inform myself and manufacturing, like factories. How would I order something, make a mock-up, and
Yeah.
then get something recreated at a more affordable price,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I can sell something because I mean, dream job would be to do that,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
to me, I look at your stuff and I'm like, this is an Etsy shop waiting to blow up, you know?
yeah. Hmm.
So food for thought in the future. And I love that you do a good job. You have a community of people, your faithfuls that are
Yeah.
really into your content. They're into and you share your fellow small business. I mean, I've seen some of the
Oh,
shares you do with other small businesses that are on Etsy. So,
yeah.
technically you're already part of the community. So food for thought. Keep us posted when you start to sell because you never know.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do that, and especially now that I've graduated, I feel like I will have more time. I won't have to worry
Yes.
about stupid tests.
And you're worth it. Your
Yeah.
items are worth it. That price that you're worried about charging, I think is worth it. I mean, you're making some really beautiful pieces that, are one of a kind. Again, I go back to that koi pond Altoid case.
Those I feel like would be so easy for me to make because
So
it's
cute.
yeah, because Altoid tins they're like itself are very cheap, but also I bet somewhere online or what, or even maybe thrift stores I could buy like a bulk pack
Bulk. Oh my
or
gosh,
that's
yes.
like the key. So, but I mean, I
Yeah.
would love to make little
They're
little
just so cute. I need to have one for my desk. It's so funny. Every year on this show, I find someone like you that's doing like a cool DIY project, and I try and recreate it. Last year, we had a gal on who was doing these little dishes with the Barbie legs that were up in the air, and then
yeah.
we used it for a ring holder. So
Oh
I
my
made
God,
like 50 of
that's
these.
so funny.
It was so cute, so creative, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe like I would have paid, $50 for one of these. I ended up making them for a lot
Yeah.
cheaper. My husband
Hmm.
hated me because he had to saw the Barbies in
Yeah.
half.
I did that
Not
when I
easy.
was little, so that's fine. I would,
That's simple. But I
yeah.
think some of these really creative DIY projects just have so much meaning for people. And I
Yeah.
don't know, I'll be interested to watch your journey because, and right now you are blowing up. Let's talk about that. I do want to ask questions. You have
Mhm.
an extremely large following for someone who is
Yeah.
in school and you're doing DIY project how to's.
Yeah.
Walk us through what happened. Was there a viral moment? Give us the
Um,
background there.
for me, I never intended to have a following. I really just started posting online. Like, I just, like I said, I saw things online and I really liked filming. And over the years, it's definitely gotten like I've invested in equipment. So like I have, what started out as like a folding table. Like I still have a folding table, but like now I have lights and proper I still film with my phone, but more gear to uh edit better with. But I think it just comes down to like the consistency. I like whatever I do, I always try to put 100% in. And so I think there were just a couple times where my pieces or whatever I made went viral for God knows why. I still don't know the algorithm. Like it seems like it changes every other week. So I mean, I think it might have just been unfortunately like a chance, time and place, probably sticking to what I like. But there were a couple times where yeah, my things definitely went viral and I didn't mean them to. I didn't know why. They just yeah, went crazy.
You know, a happy accident like that is worth having. It's pretty
Yeah.
fascinating. And
Mhm.
now it's turning into, I mean, you're gorgeous. So it's like, you can model these outfits, your outfit of the day or whatnot, whatever you're sharing. I mean, these are inspirational, aspirational type photos that you're taking. I mean, this could be your full-time job. Have you considered it?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. I don't really know how that works. Like, I am probably like the worst influencer ever. I'm like, I don't know how this works. I'm just doing stuff. But
Just
like,
trying it.
yeah, I know people do make a living off of being an influencer. Maybe as like a, ongoing side hustle. I would
Yeah.
want to, I don't know, I would want a more stable salary.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know this is a little more personal, but what did you go to school for? What's your major?
Oh yeah, so I went to school for that's not personal at all. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I went to school to be a graphic designer. Yeah,
Okay. So
so it
along the same
definitely
lines,
yeah,
still artist.
definitely ties in. I like
Yeah.
essentially was like I just want to. I mean, I was drawn into graphic. This will not be a long tangent. I was very interested in like makeup packaging,
Okay.
especially just
Yeah.
very intriguing. So that's just kind of how I was drawn to the graphic
Oh
design
my God,
realm.
that's so specific. I love that. Like
Well,
the packaging of
again,
makeup is
yeah,
really unique. Yeah.
again, and like I'm not good at makeup, but it was just the whole I just loved the idea of, especially like collaborations,
Mhm.
makeup brands who would do collaborations, and then every single product, like the packaging was fun, or there was like a scenery. Sometimes they do that on the
Yeah.
outside. Yeah, that's just how I got drawn into it because it was a way to do art and then also be playful. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is a dream job in there somewhere for you,
Mhm.
I mean, and you're right. Some of the packaging or even the makeup, how it's laid out and
Mhm.
looks like artwork and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's really
Mhm.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
really liking that. And I disagree. You're excellent at makeup. You look like a
Thank you.
supermodel in your photos.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely love it.
Mhm.
Don't stop. Keep, playing with that because I think there's a lot to be said with some of I love your strawberry shortcake outfit. That one's pretty recent.
Yeah,
And, you're doing makeup that accentuates it and highlights. I think it's really fun.
thank you.
Did you go to UNC?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. So,
Yeah.
guys, she's a Northern Colorado lady from Northern Colorado. And tell us where you're thrifting and, are people recognizing you in the wild? I mean, you have a very big following.
That's so funny. People don't recognize me. But I mean, especially during Halloween time,
Mhm.
a couple of years ago, especially, I made a few costumes,
Yeah.
so I made a few costumes, like maybe four-ish one time, maybe 2 years ago. Um, when my following was still smaller, but um I I have this mentality. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Um, so again, my mentality is the less fucks you give, the
Mhm.
happier you'll be.
Yeah.
And that is definitely easier said than done, but um I think this is just, I would just tell myself that this is a job and
Mhm.
that I will not put dinner on the table unless I film this video.
There you
Very,
go. Okay.
yeah. But because of that, I mean, yeah, people outside my university, I mean, there was good lighting. I was already there. And so I would film in front of dorms all the time. all the
Smart, smart.
because it was pretty. And so, yeah, there were plenty of times where I was running in between classes, filming something, and then having to change back out to normal clothes. Like,
And
I
your
put,
friends are seeing you. Yes.
yeah, I put on literally like I would put on this pumpkin. There was like a styrofoam pumpkin
So cute.
decoration, and so I made it into a Halloween mask. One was scary, and then one was from an anime that I forgot the name of at the moment. But I made it into a wearable hat, and I got the whole, attire on, and then I went um in front of
Through
the door.
campus.
Yeah, so yeah.
See, I love that. And I think that that inspires other people to like you said, not care. Like, who cares? This is
Yeah,
what
no
you're
one's
enjoying.
gonna remember.
Yeah.
Like in 2 months, no one's gonna remember. And if they do, good, because I look good,
Yeah.
Like,
They should remember.
yeah.
And do you get people that are like, how did you make that? Walk me through it. Will you get online with someone and go, let me walk you through this project? Have you ever had to do like a full on like in-person tutorial?
Um, that'd be so funny. No, but like at the same time, I always made it a point to whenever I would film, I always like an hour after or whatever, the same day, I would always list my materials out.
Oh,
And
there you go.
like if I was working with resin or a certain material and I didn't know if everyone had it, like because I have audience throughout a lot of not the globe, but just everywhere. Like
Oh, yeah.
if like resin, I guess specifically wasn't accessible everywhere, I would try to find a couple alternatives. So yeah, I would always just try to list the materials, or if
Yeah.
someone asked a question like in the comments, I would always try to clarify because I mean, they asked the question for the reason, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like your audience is really engaged with, they love that what you produce, but they do ask questions and they're into trying to recreate those, which
yeah,
has to feel good. Have you ever like now I'm
that's
thinking you'd be a great teacher too.
yeah, I've gotten plenty of I mean, it feels such a crazy feeling. Even on Pinterest, people will I didn't know this feature, but like you can in the comments of Pinterest, you can repost some, not repost, but you
Oh,
can post a picture in response. And so sometimes people will show their recreations of something that I've done. And that is, I cannot describe like how much that like makes me happy. I like
yeah.
run to my mom and I'm like, look, someone recreated this. And it's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, because they really are recreating and
Yeah.
following your tips. It's
Mhm.
pretty special.
Mhm.
Walk us through this phrase you use about dopamine decor. I love
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, so that I think tied into the whole growing up, kind of what's the word I'm trying to I don't know. Just like the thought of growing up, I had to have my apartment or my house. I basically just had to conform a certain way, which isn't true. Dopamine decor, what just means to me is anything that is exerts like happiness. I guess to me in specifically, it's just very colorful, kitschy. I mean, I don't have an apartment. Who knows if I will in this economy, right? But like, who knows?
Yeah.
But in the I basically all my home decor right now that's sitting in my unfinished space in my basement is from a thrift store because it's just it's so incredible the things that like you find. So like 90% of the stuff I have is from a thrift store because it's just my favorite place to go. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that because everyone listening right now is going, Maggie, when are you going to ask her where she shops? Because
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons they tune in. And Northern Colorado, specifically where you are in Windsor, next to the University of Northern Colorado, it's a unique space and there's a couple hidden gems up there. So, where are you shopping?
Yeah, definitely ARC. There's one that's dangerously close to my university.
Love that. Dangerously close.
Yeah. So there's definitely ARC. They have a very good selection of more novelty items, holiday, a lot of vintage teacups too.
Mhm.
And then also, I'm so bad with geography. But there's this strip of there's a strip of like almost vintage malls and
Yeah.
thrift stores that's kind of towards Fort Collins.
Okay.
They're all right next to each other.
Mm.
It's
It's like
kind
an
of,
antique strip.
yeah,
It's not Johnstown, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah, it's closer to Fort Collins.
mhm,
Very cool.
yeah.
I'm
But I
making a
mean,
note of this.
yeah, I know that one of them is literally called like the Vintage Mall or something. Like it has it plastered on the building.
That's probably it. The vintage.
Yeah. But there's like five or six, and I mean, they're insane. They're
Mm,
so good.
I
One is,
love that.
yeah, one is more of like a vintage mall, so so it's a little more pricey, but it's because vendors are there,
Yeah.
so small businesses. But then, I mean, right next to it, like a couple, I say blocks, but just like a little few more kilometers down, there's more thrift stores that are just like right by it, and there's like five or six. And so I mean I would go to class and then immediately just
Go.
book it over there. Yeah.
That campus is so beautiful too. Really.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to the Fort Collins store?
hmm
Arc. Okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
have news about that. So we just rented the next door location. Joanne's Fabrics is going out. So we're going to
I think I heard
expand.
about
That'll
that. Yeah,
literally be the largest store in our system when it
that'll
opens.
be amazing.
I can't even describe. So, for those of you not familiar with Northern Colorado, two giant universities, UNC and CSU, are both up there, and incredible amount of young people who have discovered thrift. It's also the largest donation volume in the state of Colorado is at that Fort Collins store. I know
That's amazing.
it,
Yeah.
it's a testament to people really caring about, you know, climate change and,
Yeah.
things that are happening for the future of their world. And
Yeah.
I love there in my show notes, I have this quote from you, which I love. Slow fashion is a privilege. Tell
hmm
us more.
Yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, that is, especially now, like, is a very harsh truth. I guess so. For people who don't know, slow fashion is just, it's called slow fashion because at the production rate of what most stores go to, every other week they're flipping out more and more designs. But it's called slow fashion because the team is usually smaller, the materials are usually ethically sourced, and so the time from production and like sewing to being put out to be sold, the time is longer and the process is slower. But because of that, it's more expensive. So of course, in an ideal world, everyone could afford everyone could afford slow fashion, but unfortunately, that's not the case for most people. The people who the people who aren't buying slow fashion because they can't, they aren't the problem. They're doing it because they have to. For me, I mean, this might be controversial, but it's just the problem are the people who buy like $500 plus hauls
Yep.
from fast fashion, and then they buy this unbelievably amount of clothes and then throw it out the next, month or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean, that's the problem because it's overconsumption when in reality, like that's something I never understood. If you have that much money, why wouldn't you want to support small businesses? Why wouldn't
Yep.
you want to buy like, I mean, I can think, why wouldn't you want to buy something crochet? You have
Yeah.
$500. Like, I just like,
Something handmade, something that
yeah.
brings you joy. Yeah.
I mean, that's like so unique. That's like an art piece. Like, I will, don't even start me on crochet. That is like a whole other subject. Like, I just, like, I mean, why wouldn't you want
Passionate
to
about
support
crochet. I love this.
it? Okay, well, I guess that is something that is like, I have so much crochet and I refuse to learn because it's just one of those,
Then you're supporting small business. I love it. Or some granny who, or a
yeah,
mom, lots of moms getting into crochet these days.
yeah. I mean, the amount of crochet stuff I have is probably insane, but it's it's so amazing. But it's like the crosshairs fork in the road for me is like I at the level of just crocheting like attire or products that I buy, I would not have the patience to learn.
Yeah.
And it's so like time consuming and it's like I applaud people who have the patience for that because when I craft, it's such a weird like it's such a weird mentality. It's like I like seeing the craft being, I kind of like seeing it being made, especially when it's fast. Like, but crocheting, I mean, I'm not good with numbers.
Yeah,
I've,
it's a labor of
it's,
love.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. And so for me, it's just so much easier to buy stuff.
Well, I
Yeah.
love that. So you're finding it at thrift stores because that's the only place you can, and vintage stores anymore. We
Yeah.
do like bags of crochet,
Mhm.
I see stores and I'm like, oh my God, someone
Yeah.
put their heart and soul into this,
Yeah. Hmm.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
What other, I mean, you are into resin, you're into
Mhm.
beading, you do wire work.
Mhm.
Are you all self-taught on this?
Yeah. Pretty
Try
much.
it.
Yeah. Anything. I just love trying new things. Yeah. So any craft that I've done is pretty much me figuring it out.
Oh, I love
Sometimes,
that.
yeah, sometimes like along the way or something. But yeah,
Yeah,
most of
trial and error. Well, show us some of your stuff because now I have like
yeah.
circled on my notes teacups. I understand
Oh, yeah.
the newer project for you. So show us some stuff. I
Okay, so
love
I
that we
guess
can do this now, you guys, on
yeah, this
YouTube. This
is
is
so
incredible.
fun. Okay, so I guess I'll start with the teacups because Um, yeah, we talked about that first. Again, I have so many things from vintage stores that I started collecting, and one of them was teacups, vintage teacups, and then also vintage teapots.
Oh,
And I
wow.
don't even like tea. But um I
But
just
they're so pretty.
they're so pretty. Like, yeah, that's a whole other subject. So the first one was for I guess I'll show you first. So they're kind of inspired by, I guess, like fairy gardens in a way.
Oh, I
Here we
love
go.
it. Oh my
So I'm gonna
God,
show the
so
plate
gorgeous.
first because that's kind of more boring.
You've
Um,
got to sell these someday.
yeah, this I feel like I could probably sell.
Yeah.
So I am like not good lighting. I
Oh
apologize.
my gosh, with the
So
pumpkins
yeah,
and
so this
tiny.
is yeah,
Is that
just
a
the
ladybug on the side?
yeah.
Oh
Oh wait,
God.
there we go. Yeah, so that's just a ladybug and then a little pumpkin. And I was thinking about gluing it, but storage wise, I didn't want to. And then
Yeah.
on top, which is the I guess scenery, everything is sculpted out of Palmer clay, and then the
So
grass
gorgeous.
was like from an old place that I found. I forgot where, like I don't know, it was just like in a bag on
And
the
saving this teacup from landfill. Like,
yeah. So
and oh my gosh, it's so whimsical.
yeah,
And you're
so
right, inspired from a fairy garden.
mm,
And there's some fairy gardeners out there who would love this stuff. Like, it's a rabbit hole for a lot of people. It's gorgeous.
yeah, I just sculpted like a little pumpkin house. And then of course pumpkins and
Do you give a lot of this stuff as gifts?
yeah, a lot, especially for holidays.
Mhm.
It's so much, it's just so fun to make something and then give it away and then be able to like brag, like, yeah, I made that.
Yeah, I made that item that's sitting on your mantle now. I
Yeah.
love this.
Hmm.
And again, it's sustainable. It's good
Yeah.
for the environment. And, this is your favorite thing to do, your hobby. It's
That
craft.
teacup was literally from Arc Thrift Stores, and I
Oh, I
remember
love this. And
really,
that's the
yeah.
kind of thing teacups, although I wish every one of them got bought. The fact is, some of them end up broken into a million
Yeah.
pieces and
Mhm.
sent overseas for different projects that they're doing. So it's
Yeah.
sad. Any other projects you want to show us? Do you have the koi pond nearby? It was my favorite.
I'm so sorry I don't.
The
I was
Altoids kid
trying
is
I
so
was
cute.
trying to find it last night and I have a bazillion boxes of projects. Um, I do have I have a bracelet, I have these cake shoes. I have
Oh, yes. Show us shoes. The
okay,
watermelon shoes were to die for too. I've got to see another pair.
okay, so for my birthday one year. I I guess it was like a three-part series on accident. I made I have the purse here too. Um, I made a three-piece accessory video where I did shoes, a bag, because I really wanted to recreate them from a pin I saw online. And then also just for funsies, I made like out of sponges, I made a cake slice hairpiece
Oh my God, so
headband.
cute.
So I will show the shoes first because I have those. Eh, Okay.
Oh
So
my
I also
God.
do one at a time. That's probably a little better. So
So this is a wedge that literally looks like an ice cream cone.
yeah.
This is
And
gorgeous.
I'm trying to like they're raised up. I'm not sure if you can like see
Yeah.
that. But
It
yeah,
looks like a real cone, like a sugar cone
yeah. So then it's a shoe, and then
with
they
the
look.
cherry on top.
Mhm.
These are gorgeous.
Oh
I mean, there's something here, and I love that you're kind of like, I didn't mean it to turn out this way, but it turned
yeah.
into a following. Are you open to it just in case? Because you're going to get more and more press as this goes on, I'm sure. Are you open to people who are like, oh, she should do this and that they want to help you do this? Are you open to those kind of
My
conversations?
gosh, bring them to me.
Ah,
Literally, yes, that'd be
okay,
amazing.
well, don't forget about us when you blow up.
Mhm.
Come back, show
Mhm.
us something amazing because I just feel
Okay.
like, I mean, I love it that this is the best kind of story where you're going to school. This was totally a happy accident. You're doing what you love and you're finding a community. And I love how supportive, um, Instagram has been to
Yeah.
you. You know, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And I always say, that this podcast is like devoted to spreading normalcy about shopping secondhand, but you're living this life out loud. And I
Mhm.
think it's young people like you that are going to take this industry very far. So thank you for your service to the thrift industry. We're
Yeah.
grateful.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
All right, you
Yeah.
got to share your unicorn item with us too. You showed us your jacket, but is there anything you're looking to manifest and
Um,
find the next time you're out thrifting, whether it be ARC or the vintage mall, either one?
I am very into like needlepoint right
Ooh,
now. So maybe a needlepoint pillow or anything strawberry related.
oh, I love it.
My especially like long-term followers and like close friends know that I have been collecting strawberry things for years, whether it was clothes, house decor. I mean, whoever I marry will have to deal with
Strawberry kitchen.
strawberry stuff. Boy, girl, sorry if you marry me. You're gonna
There
half
you
our
go.
apartment is gonna be filled with strawberries.
See,
Sorry
that's what we're
about
going
you.
to manifest. A
Yeah.
partner that is okay with how you thrift, how you DIY, and your love
Yeah.
of strawberries. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Kristen, you're an absolute delight. As we end every pod, I'd love to give a shout out to my personal inspiration, Dolly Parton. She's the great unifier.
Yeah.
She is the vintage queen herself and brings me joy every single day. Thoughts, feelings, anything you'd like to say to her about our queen?
I mean, and I don't know, she's a queen. I mean, it's Dolly Parton. How can you not love her? Yeah.
Right?
hmm
I bet you she loves a good strawberry girl.
Hopefully she is on the podcast one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm manifesting
Yeah. Yeah.
right there.
hmm
And I bet I mean, I love that you're with your mom. Is your mom a fan of Dolly?
hmm
Mm,
Yeah.
I love it.
hmm
She is the great unifier, and she's got some new song out right now, and it's with like Queen Latifah. I've got to get it downloaded. I still haven't done it yet. And I guess all the proceeds go to Children's Hospital in Tennessee. So if
So
you're looking
incredible.
for, yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking for something to besides shopping thrift,
hmm
buy Dolly Parton's new album and give some
Yeah.
money to those kiddos in Tennessee. They're doing great research at those hospitals out there in Tennessee too. So
Mhm.
I love it, Kristen. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for joining us today. Tell
Yeah.
our listeners once again how they find you on socials. And if you're out there and you'd like to give Kristen a hand in taking her artwork to the next level, reach out. This is a star in the making. We are just lucky that she graced us
It's
with her
very
presence
generous.
today.
Thank you. So again, my user handles on both Instagram and Pinterest are pretty much Kristen.Hyland, and I'm pretty sure on Pinterest, it might be just chris.hyl, something to that narrative,
We'll
but
find you.
something will come up. Yeah.
And I think your link tree has the Pinterest link too. So you're
Yeah,
good.
I have it pinned in there. Yeah.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
love it. Kristen, thanks for joining us today. We're very grateful.
So much. Thank you so much for having me.
And Thrifties, thanks so much for tuning in once again to the Get Thrifty podcast. Please save our pod and leave us a
Yeah.
5-star review about how funny, creative, and smart we are. And if you're part of this unique thrift culture, please find me on Instagram at Podcast with Maggie. Send me a DM. We'd love to have you on. And as always, please follow ARC on Instagram at ARC Thrift and now on TikTok at ARC Thrift Stores. And the biggest news of all, now on YouTube at ARC Thrift. Thanks so much and have a wonderful week.
Hunt for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty podcast.